All right, Shalom. Shalom. This is Brother Kasha Kwala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. All right, this is going to be another installment of Let's Take a Look Into It. This will be number 4. All right, and what we're going to take a look into is Judges 11. Starting around like the 35th verse. And it's going to be speaking about a man named Jephthah, but we're going to very specifically hone in on his daughter. Okay, you see I have this word integrity right here, and I'm going to get another account of a good integrity based scripture as well, or account to further the point, but we're really going to look into Jephthah's daughter and the integrity that she had. So without further ado, here's the word integrity. It means innocence, blamelessness, chastity, purity. It means going on. It means soundness, wholeness, completeness. It says purity. It says correctness, blamelessness. It says wholeness and perfect condition. That is what the word, or the etymology of the word integrity means. So innocence, it means blamelessness. So nothing's wrong. You can't pinpoint anything in a certain individual. You can't pinpoint any guile. Okay, no type of nothing. So with that, I just wanted to jump into Judges 11. All right, this is Judges 11 and 34, and it said Jephthah came to Mizpeh unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with timbrels and with dances, and she was only child. She was his only child. Besides her, he had neither son nor daughter. Okay, so I'm gonna go up to Judges 11 and 30. It says, and Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Lord and said, if thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hands, which he was going up against them. Verse 31, and we understand that a vow is what? A promise. Okay. Verse 31, then it shall be that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Lord's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering. Now we understand the first thing that came out of the doors of his house was his only daughter. She heard the news, probably happy that her dad did his thing, like, hey man, you didn't beat the Ammonites, I'm so happy, you did this for Israel, dancing and happy to see him. And she was only a child. You know how children are, they're very enthusiastic and ecstatic to see their parents. It says, verse 35, and it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes and said, alas, my daughter. So it's like, nah, my daughter. He says, thou hast brought me very low, meaning like, man, I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm very hurt. This is what he's about to do is going to be a very humbling thing for him. And it says, and thou art one of them that trouble me, for I have opened my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back. Meaning what? You can't go back on a promise that you promised to the Lord. Hey, you got to stick with that. It's kind of like when you read Numbers, the 6th chapter, about a vow of a Nazarite. And I think if you go to Numbers, also speaking about a vow and a vow. Hold on, let me see. Let's see, Numbers. I think it's in Numbers 30 as well. Yeah, this is Numbers chapter 30, verse 2. It says, if a man vow unto the Lord or swear an oath to bind his, I'm going to pull it up right here so you can, because this is a law, okay? Let's see, Numbers 30. This is Numbers 30 and 2. If a man vow unto the Lord or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond. So when you make that promise, you have bound your spirit with the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and you better keep it. He shall not break his word. Woo! He shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth. Okay, so even taking a look into this, we can take a look into Jephthah's integrity as well, because what did he say? What did he say? It says, and it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes and said, alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low, and thou art one of them that trouble me, for I have opened my mouth unto the Lord and cannot go back. He's keeping the law of Numbers chapter 30 verse 2. It says, if a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with the bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth. And we understand what proceeded out of his mouth, starting at verse 30, reading on down to verse 31. Okay, that was the vow, and he said he cannot go back. All right, now that's the integrity of Jephthah right there. Now let's go into the integrity, or see, he's blameless for that because he was going to keep his word. Now let's go into his daughter. All right, it says verse 36. He says, and she said unto him, my father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Lord, do to me according to which hath proceeded out of thy mouth. She said, look, man, and she's yet but a child, has more integrity some of these men out here today. You know, this is a learning lesson. If anything, this is we can take from this. Of course, it's from the scriptures. All right. So it says, for as much as the Lord hath taken vengeance for thee, for of thine enemies, even of the children of Ammon. She's like, look, man, do what you got to do. If you got to offer me, because that's what you said, hey, so be it. You know, what the Lord gave you and what the Lord allowed you to do is more than little old me. So offer me. You know, it's an honor, you could say. You know, verse 37, and she said unto her father, let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountain and bewail my virginity, I and my fellows. So like probably like handmaids or whatnot. Okay. And she bewailed her, what you could say, integrity. Her what? Her purity. Okay. Because she was yet just a little child. She hasn't been entered into yet, you know. So that's just taking a quick look into how the integrity stood up even in the face of death. She knew she had to die, but yet she still went forth with it and didn't lose any integrity, no matter what the situation was or what the vow was that her father vowed. And her father went through with it, still offering her to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? That's it. It happened. That's what happened. So I'm going to get another account. All right? I'm going to get another account in Genesis, the 22nd chapter. Y'all already know where I'm going with this. I'm going to start at verse 6 just for the sake of time, because I don't want to make this too long. It kind of just hits the point. This is Genesis chapter 22, verse 6, and it says, and Abraham took the wood and of the burnt offering, laid it upon Isaac his son, and he took the fire in his hand and knife, and went both of them together. Okay? And it says, verse 7, and Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, my father. And he said, here I am, my son. And he said, behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? Okay, so Isaac was like, so I thought we were going to go offer a lamb, like, what's up? You know, not knowing that he is the lamb. Okay? Yeah. Brothers know I'm getting that. But at this moment, Isaac is the lamb. Okay? So it says, verse 8, it says, Abraham said, my son, Yahweh will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And when you read further on, he did provide a lamb, you know, a physical real lamb, but Abraham was speaking more metaphorically and more of an parable to Isaac at the time. Isaac was probably like, Okay, yeah, cool. I believe in that. He will. He's done so much for us already. You know. So it says, verse 9. It says, and they came to the place where the Most High had told him of, and Abraham built an altar and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. Now I'm gonna read verse 11, and we're gonna stop at 11. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. Now the angel of the Lord was like, yo, 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 yo. Okay, but we read verses 9, 10, and 11. Nowhere in between there was it Isaac, what's it, like forcefully, trying to get out. No. There was nothing said on his behalf. Okay? Aha. All right. What did Yahushua do? There's nothing said on his behalf. He just went through it. It happened. He offered himself as a sacrifice. Are you the king of the Jews? Thou sayest. That's the only thing. Okay? And he went with it. Nothing had to be said. He didn't open his mouth. He didn't say nothing. He was quiet. Yahushua. It's the same thing Isaac was. There was no fighting back. Nothing. It wasn't nothing. In his head, he was probably like, oh man, my father said the Most High would provide a lamb. He's like, I'm probably that lamb. I gotta go do it. That's how Isaac was. His integrity did not falter in this very moment, looking death in the eyes. Okay, so verse 12, it says, and he said, lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him, for now I know that thou fearest the Most High, seeing that thou hast withheld thy son, thine only son from me. See, Jephthah did the same thing. That's his daughter is all he had. Isaac was all Abraham had, man. Even though Abraham had 8 total children, but Isaac, man, this was like, oh, my son, man, and he was willing to offer it up to the Lord, man. That shows the integrity of Abraham as well. And these are our forefathers that we speak of, So I just wanted to take a look into it. Most of this series, let's take a look into it, is more of a synopsis or like a overview, or scratching the surface of certain accounts, certain scriptures. It's not a full in-depth, quote unquote, breakdown, you could say, but just see something in the spirit. It's just all I'm just planting a seed. Y'all brothers can go and study about it later, but this shows the integrity of these certain individuals and what we should have within ourselves, no matter what. Even if we're staring death in the eye, we still have the victory, according to 1 Corinthians 15. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144. And like always, I want to say, Shalom.